Okay, so I wanted to come back real quick because something crossed my mind when I was doing that video, and it made me think about something that I constantly have to talk to people about. Another thing that I constantly have to talk to people about, and something that I just see people doing all the time. I see so many people jumping in to do some type of spiritual work, but they haven't done any type of reading, studying. They don't have anyone that's teaching them. So they just jump straight off into doing spiritual work, but they have no form of divination that they use. Um, I see it every day. People doing honey jars, ammonia jars, this jar, that jar, put this person in a jar, put this situation in a jar, everything going in a jar nowadays. Or I see people just doing spiritual work, period. And they're doing work that either doesn't make sense, they doing work and they're not doing it the proper way, or they're doing work for a situation and it's just like, just leave him alone. Why are you doing a honey jar for a man that don't really want you? But that's a different story again. So if people would stop, moral of the story, if people would stop and take the time to learn a form of divination, you could divine for yourself. So you don't have to keep spending money on readings. You can divine for yourself first and foremost to know if the work you want to do, you should even do, if it's even worth doing, if it's even the right thing to do for that situation. Then you want to divine again, like during the middle of the work, like while the work is working. You want to divine again to make sure things are on the right path. Then you can even do something again at the end to see if anything changed, if you need to do something different, or if you need to add something to the work. But the moral of the story is, there's so many people out here doing work and don't even know anything about a pendulum, don't know anything about tarot cards, don't know anything about card shell divination, OB, scrying, a crystal ball, or looking into water or a mirror, whatever. It's many forms of divination. What is it? Throwing bones, whatever it may be. You need to learn some form of it so you can figure things out for yourself. So you're not always trying to run to somebody. You want to do your own work, but you always got to run to other people with questions. Like, no, you do candle work, like I just said in the other video, but at the end of it, you always want somebody to read the wax for you. Like, learn a form of divination so you can answer your own questions. And so you not so dependent on other people, because that's a lot of times how people get caught up in scams. They get caught up in getting used by people, or you paying other people bills every month because you got to run to them all the time for readings. So you giving them money. Learn to do things for yourself. You're supposed to be empowered to help your life. So learn to do that for yourself. If you're too lazy to learn the simplest of divination, like using a pendulum, you don't need to be doing work then. You just don't, because that's just being lazy. So stop running out here trying to honey jar everything, trying to ammonia jar everything. Everybody you get mad at and get an attitude with at work, you want to put them in a sour jar. And you haven't did no kind of background investigation work. That's crazy. You don't know what kind of spirits these people got working with them. You don't know what kind of protection they got on them. You don't know what they doing. You never know. They could be doing work. And then y'all gonna start some throwing at each other and you don't even know what's going on because you ain't did no background work. And it's just a little disrespectful to people who take the time to learn everything. And then here comes somebody that doesn't, and they just want to jump to doing work and they messing up stuff. And then they always got questions. Well, why this not working? What happened with this? What does this look like? What does this mean? What does this say? Stop and learn first before you start trying to do work. I think I'm going to title this video, How to Do a Surefire Honey Jar, because I've posted several videos giving out good little information to people. And the one video that I titled Ammonia Jar has like almost 2,000 views. And I'm really not telling nobody how to do an ammonia jar. But my video about intentions, which is something very, very, very important, only has like 30 views. Okay. So I see how y'all do out there. So I'm going to start making some clever little titles for my videos just to reel y'all in. But please, moral of the story, learn some type of form of divination. Use your divination more than you use spell work. Because if you use divination to begin with, you won't get yourself in situations where you need to burn a candle or make a jar or anything like that. You'll avoid all of the bull, so you won't need it. Okay?